welcome to the very first Jumpstart with Recharging with Champions. This is your daily jumpstart for your marketing. We're going to give you an idea of what you can post on your social media, what you can use for marketing every single day. We're going to have a theme that we stick to throughout the week, and we will have our rate wrap up on Fridays. So make sure you check in every morning, get your idea, and post on social media using these cool topics and these themes. So let's jump in. On Mondays, we are going to do a marketing memory. And here is where I'm going to tell a story. You are more than welcome to take my story and make it yours, or you might have a similar story and you can tell it. You could use this for a reel, for a video. You could even just tell a story with a couple quick bullet points about the information with a good graphic. And remember, I've got some cheats for you on the YouTube channel. So if you're listening to the podcast, make sure that you join in on the YouTube channel, Recharging with Champions, and find all your cheats and helpers for the week. So let's get started with our Monday memory. We are going to talk about seller paid closing costs this week. In the light of NAR, I figure this is a great topic just to go ahead and make it be regular conversation. So here is my story, true story. I had a buyer that had gone to an agent that was not representing them, and they went to make an offer, and the agent did not discuss with them whether or not the seller need to be paying their closing costs. So they were doing 3.5% down, but they only had their 3.5% down, and they went under contract, and they did not have the seller pay closing costs. So a week goes by, they get their loan estimate, and they are distraught, embarrassed, all of the horrible things, because they realize they don't have the cash needed for closing. And when I say they don't have it, they were like $6,000 shy of what they needed for cash to close. So they were they were beyond devastated because they figured they were probably going to lose this house. They didn't have a ton of extra cash, and they might even lose their earnest money, being that they went under contract for something that they could not buy. There is a silver lining to this story. Thank goodness we were able to go back in and go ask the sellers to increase the closing costs a little bit and renegotiate and have the sellers pay closing costs for us. And the appraisal did come in for enough to do that, which was wonderful. However, we got lucky, because if you don't have those conversations with your buyer's agent, you don't have someone representing you right up front, knowing the things to ask to make sure when you make that contract and that offer, you are making sure it is something that you can do. That is super important. So make sure you are talking to your buyer's agent. Make sure you are represented and your agent knows what to make sure that you are getting covered for when you are making an offer. And talk to your lender, because you need to know how much the seller is allowed to pay. The loan programs have different things that you're allowed to have the seller cover. Thank goodness your buyer's agent fee is always allowed to be covered by the seller. So that is easy. But there might be some other fees that you would like the seller to cover as well. So make sure and talk to your buyer's agent about those fees up front, so you are not in the situation with these buyers where you're embarrassed and having to go back and at risk of losing your earnest money and, the house that you love. That's kind of a big deal. All right. So that is my story. That is what I would post on social media. And I'm actually going to cut that out, and I am going to post that on social media. So you'll see me just taking a snippet of that and using it for my social media. You are more than welcome to use my story. You're more than welcome to tell my story. You are more than welcome to take the information and make your own story. That's what this is all about. So every day, I will be sharing a marketing idea that you can take and use it for your marketing for the week. And remember, we have a theme. We have something that we're going to do every single day. Pick and choose. You might want to do one day, Wednesday, Friday, whatever. But pick and choose, and you will have a theme that stays consistent on your social media. Keep you top of mind and make sure that you are relevant and the pro in your market. So thank you again. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Make sure and check out the YouTube channel for any of those cheats and helpers that you need. And we'll see you tomorrow.